Thank you, everybody who is watching. I am being interviewed by my good friend Cooper Cornelius. Uh, Grew up together. Also, let's talk about your music for a second.
Okay.
Speako, doing great. Love everything that you've released. Love the video. Love everything. So I'm super like proud of everything that you are doing. And honestly, you have been a person in my life that has been an inspiration, even outside of music, as far as art is concerned, and just general creativity. So I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Dude, thank you so much, man. That means a lot, Jesse. You've always been an inspiration to me as well. We don't have too many musician friends in our little circle that we used to run around with. So it's always kind of good to connect with one of your closest on that level. So yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Definitely like total respect for you all the way.
thank you so much. Yeah, I've been having fun with it. I kind of broke out of my shell just this past year. Kind of got into the recording stuff a few years ago and just kind of really hunkered down and started laying some stuff down. I told myself last spring, like, I'm going to start putting out some stuff this summer. It's been too many years. I've got all this stuff built up. I'm freaking doing it. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with it. And I think that's the most important part. So
I feel like that's honestly like being a creative person, as I've said in like all the interviews that I've done, uh, you just like get this like buildup of emotions and like that's how we just deal with it.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So okay, well everybody go check out Cooper's music, Speako. If you want to plug yourself right now, give them
Yeah.
a Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Instagram is kind of where I'm promoting most of my stuff. It's a Speako Music. I think it's Speako_music. So, and you can find me on Spotify. I've got my stuff up on there, and got a couple of videos up on YouTube. It's just all under Speako. Speak with an O on the end. So, yeah,
Cool. Okay, let's get started.
get started, man. Ah, so I
I'm
freaking
so like honored that you listen, like even listen to music.
Oh, dude, of course. Yeah. And sorry it took me so long to get back to you. Like I wanted to like listen to it a few times. I don't like to just give it one listen and be like, oh, okay, cool. Let's talk about it. I really wanted to kind of break it down and really kind of get familiar with each track. And
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, before I forget, Kaylin said that Biggie is doing well, and she wanted me to tell you that.
oh, Biggie, I feel so bad. We live like literally 2 miles away from each other, me and Jenny. Go see Biggie, or we used to call him Doogie. But yeah, I miss those
She just
guys.
wanted me to tell you, so yeah.
Yeah, I need to give her and Elliot a shout soon. We definitely need to catch up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Here we go.
let's do it. So, what, what is
So
what?
anxious.
Um, where did this album start? So where did you start with all this? Is this kind of a something like a journey you've kind of been on with writing this album? Because I've kind of got an idea just like listening to it a few times through. I don't know. I kind of went on this little emotional roller coaster of kind of what I maybe thought you were going through when you were writing this. So just tell me a little bit about kind of your writing process of this album. And then I've got a few other questions. A lot of my questions are really kind of songwriter based. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it was definitely a roller coaster with this album. It started whenever my ex-husband and I started to like it just started to fall apart.
Okay.
So there's definitely that whole like emotional thing of obviously I know this isn't working out, and then just like going through that whole process. But the last half of the album is uh, finding happiness and finding somebody else that like you're really happy with, and going through those emotions too.
Okay.
As I've said before, like dating in your 30s is weird. Like I'm like I don't know how to do this. I've been like with somebody for 10 years. I don't know
Right.
how to like I don't know how to do it. I'm just so stupid at dating.
Yeah.
I'm I'm just a good old country boy. Like I don't understand these like big city things and having moved to a big city and uh, having to go through those emotions. So it started with initially knowing that my relationship was failing, whether it be because of me or the other person, I don't know, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I think that the title of it, Recovery, is very appropriate because I had to recover from a lot of things.
Sure.
And not to say that like that journey is over yet. I think we're constantly always recovering from things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where it started. I
Yeah, you said I kind of got that vibe before you even said that. That was one of my questions. I almost feel like it kind of started out in one place and kind of went to another, finding that love elsewhere. I just feel like it kind of started out one way, and then like the middle was just kind of this really intense ride, and then it just kind of settled down at the end and got almost a little more happy, but still kind of had those same emotions that it started out with. So it's
for
like
sure there's
kind of started and ended with kind of the same emotions, just in a different place, if that makes sense.
yeah, it's really interesting how we as humans compartmentalize emotions, right? So as
Yeah.
much as I want to say that the end of the album is much happier, there's still just this like tinge of sadness or tinge of just like emotion that you go through every day that's still there.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, you're definitely correct. It like if I could continue just like writing this album for the rest of my life, I would, because
Yeah.
it's just a roller coaster that just keeps on going.
Yeah. After the second hour, I thought you were going to continue writing it. No, I'm kidding. Hey, it was worth every minute though, man. I like a good, long story like that. You can either cram a lot into a short amount or just kind of spread it out like you did. And I think you did a fabulous job with that.
Thank you.
So yeah, what do you produced everything yourself, right? Yeah.
Every single thing, every single sound, every single lyric, every single, yeah, everything.
That's you're like me, man. Just you got to do it all yourself, huh? You know how it sounds.
Yeah.
You know how it's got to sound out there. So yeah, I totally understand. Do you record with Logic?
Oh my God, Logic is like my blessing. I've only recorded with Logic since I've started recording my music. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's so amazing.
Some of the new updates the past year are just phenomenal, dude. It keeps every time they update it, it gets better and better, man.
Yeah, I've had a couple of like interviews with jobs for um recording and stuff, and they're like, "Do you know Ableton?" I'm like, "No, it's Logic Pro. Like, why do you guys still use this stuff?"
It's just got everything, you don't know. Like I use a few plugins, external plugins and stuff, but for the most part, I mean, anything you need to do, it's all just right there. And
Yeah.
their new quick sampler that they put out like a year and a half ago, phenomenal sampler. I love the way you can sample stuff now. Um, yeah, I like a lot of like your vocal chops and stuff throughout your
Oh my
album.
gosh, that's something else that somebody else brought up in a previous interview is the vocal chops, but it's honestly just a plugin. Like I'm not sitting there actually chopping them myself, but it's a plugin within Logic that I bought.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
some glitch master. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Oh, yeah. Because yeah, I've done I've messed around with kind of doing some choppy stuff with some of my stuff on my first single, We Bounce. I kind of bounced it down and then just kind of did a bunch of little choppy samples, but they're all kind of hidden in the background just to kind of give a little background vibe and stuff. So, but yeah,
Yeah. Also, let's go ahead and promote We Bounce. Everybody, go listen.
thanks, man. That was the very first time I opened up Logic. That was the song I came up with, so that's why I wanted to put that out as my first single. It's kind of a different vibe than probably where I'm going to end up taking my music, but it was just kind of like real important for me to this is the first time I ever opened up Logic. This is what I came up with, and I spit that song out in like a couple of days, and it took me 5 years
Yeah, for sure. And you like bounced it out and you're like, this is it. This is it.
Bounced it
Yeah.
down. I called the file "We Bounce" before I even wrote any lyrics to it. So that's kind of how the magic behind that works. Sometimes you just gotta like put a name to it. I listened to this
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
I heard another musician, like they were passing these songs back and forth, and they just like gave the file a title, and then the other person like wrote lyrics off the title of that file or something. So it's just kind of fun to see how things turn out like that. Yeah.
I mean, quite often that's how my music comes about. It usually starts with like a title,
Uh-huh.
and like I don't know. It's kind of like poetry. Like that's what I did in high school. Like I was that kid who wrote poetry. Um, I will come up with a title, and then from there, it's just like it just creates itself.
Oh yeah, for
Uh,
sure. Yeah, yeah. I try
so
here lately when I've been writing, I've been trying to like find like catchy phrases and stuff and kind of work that into my song. I've got a single coming out next month called "Takes One to Know One." And I just like heard that in a sentence or something. I'm like, man, and then like a melody got stuck in my head with those lines.
hmm
So, okay, well, this is a song. I gotta, put this out. So
yeah.
it's fun.
I think that my favorite so far is "Eye in the Sky."
Oh yeah, that's a cover song. That's a
Oh, is it really?
cover song. Yeah, it's a Alan Parsons project. It's from like the '80s, early '80s, late '70s or something. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you're totally giving me like Empire of the Sky. Wait, is that the name?
Empire of the Sun.
Empire of the Sun. Empire of the Sun vibe. Sorry, the wine's hitting real good right now.
No, I'm glad you said that. I kind of get that vibe from your music and stuff. I think, I think we kind of connect on that kind of level of music. We're, I'm sure we both listen to a bunch of different stuff, but yeah, I'm kind of into that kind of stuff. Passion Pit.
Yeah, you got to get Passion Pit, Empire of the Sun. You got, yeah,
Do you ever
yeah.
listen to Jonas Blue? Are you familiar with him?
I am
Uh,
not familiar. Does he play guitar? Because I really don't trust boys with guitars.
he plays piano. He's mostly like a DJ producer, but he usually has like people feature to sing on his music. So
Okay.
he just kind of produces it and has people like feature. But he's a really good piano player. But a lot of the vibes in his music kind of reminded me of some of your stuff. So I'll have to send you a link to some of his music. You might want to check it out. But
Yeah, for sure. For
yeah,
sure.
the album as a whole, man, I was getting just like some 2000s kind of poppy techno vibes, some 90s vibes. It was just kind of all over the board for me. So I can see where a lot of your inspiration comes from. I was getting almost like some old school Savage Garden vibes on a few tracks. I don't know if you're a Savage Garden fan, but they're one of
That's actually
the
that's actually the first like mix CD that my boyfriend made for me was Savage Garden. Uh,
yeah,
so
damn dude.
are there are there any particular songs that stood out to you?
Yeah, so I've got a few favorites. Do you want to guess what my favorite one was? Do you have
I
a
don't
favorite?
I they're all my favorite. They're all my little babies that are just like out there in the world now.
Yeah, so
Um,
I think my
so as far as you though, being like the person that I know you are, I don't know what you would think would be the favorite.
you know me. I'm about the melodies. I'm about if it catches me. I'm a piano player like you. Look at us. We're sitting next to our
Yeah.
keys. But yeah, just a lot of like your chord progressions really stood out to me. I liked, I'm all about kind of, suspended notes and major sevens, minor sevens. There's just a lot. One of my favorite track was probably What If You Knew.
Oh my God, that's like my favorite as far as production. I really feel like I nailed that one.
You killed it, man. And I like where it was placed too, and the first track too. What was the first track? At least I tried.
At
Uh,
least I tried, yeah.
love how that started, man. Like after like the second or third time around, like I played it. I was like, do I know this? Oh yeah, I'm listening to Jesse. Holy crap. I just feel like I've known this song forever. Like awesome way to like start the album. But yeah,
Yeah.
what if you
At
knew?
least I tried. Okay, so what if you knew? Yes, at least I tried. If I can comment on that for a second,
Uh-huh.
at least I tried was the catalyst for the album, which I didn't really know what was going to happen
Yeah,
with my own life, and but I knew that I had to get it out of my body, as we mentioned earlier.
cool.
It's such a weird song though because it's so uh, like dancey, could be played at a club, but for me personally, it's I really deal with that song very heavily and very controversially in my own mind
Mm,
because it is literally me knowing that like my relationship is ending. Like at
yeah.
least I tried. So in that way, I hope people would like bang it in the club, but like also girl go cry because you know that it's ending. Like
It's tough, bro. It's tough.
so it's kind of weird. But what if you knew? Yeah, man, that shit bangs. Like I'm not gonna lie, that shit bangs.
The way it starts, so you do one of my favorite things. I think it starts out on like a minor seven or something. Love that. The minor seven going into that add nine, dude. I love that, dude. I love an add nine, dude. Nobody adds nine. I love it. But
Okay, first of all, the fact that you just played that, like played my own music, that is crazy.
oh,
That is
dude,
crazy.
that's what I do when I do it. And like, add
Oh my
nine.
god.
The suspended. Oh, you got the suspended in there. You got the add nine. I love it. Another thing I love about that, and I try to do this. I try to like make my chords kind of flow into each other. There's like a lot of like good trans. It all just kind of like closes in. You know, I've noticed like the less I do with my right hand, just try to tie the chords in with the bass notes and like suspended chords and notes and stuff. Yeah, I love stuff like that. That kind of stuff stands out to me. You know. Um,
Yeah, I oh my god, Cooper Cornelius just played my song. What the fuck am I doing? um Actually Kaylin was the first one to hear that song and she was like it's so operatic. It's so like that intro is just I was like, thank you. That's all I could say. I was like it's just what I do, you know, I did this on my day off.
uh,
Um
did that song kind of
but
in your head with like the melodies and stuff, and you worked the chords out later, or how did you write that one?
well, really, it was because my ex-husband was cheating on me and having sex with other people. So the title of "What If You Knew What the Fuck I Was Doing"
Uh,
is what started it. So I just started writing music.
yeah,
There was no. That's one thing about this album that I've said before in previous interviews is um, my last album, 27, which was 27 songs written in a year.
Mhm.
Uh, this song had no conceptualization behind it. It
Yeah,
was just this album. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying. This album was an album for myself. It was my recovery. So whenever I sat down at the piano, tears in my eyes, that was like the true emotion that I had to get out. And
yeah,
I didn't think about anything. It was my escape. I was thinking about this today about how, for me at least, music is an escape, and it's taken me a really long time to understand that. I've always, of course, enjoyed music, but it is the thing that allows me to not want to fucking shank somebody.
yeah.
So this album was for myself, and I'm immensely proud of it.
I'm proud of you for it, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So
Um,
there's that. Love What If You Knew.
yeah, it's great. Just yeah, I love everything that's going on there. But yeah, I've been trying to kind of get out of my routine of just writing basic ass chords. You know, I've been So like I said, I noticed like a bunch of like, and you know, you're a music major, right? You probably know a lot more theory and stuff than I do. Like just the past few years, I've kind of stopped playing just everything in majors and minors. You know, I don't think I ever even understood what major sevens or suspended chords were till a couple of years ago. But of course, I came from playing screamo and pop punk bands and shit where all you play is like, you know, 1 3. But
Don't worry. I only use my degree these days to make sure that I get a like teaching job. Like honestly, I've forgotten so much. Like
yeah,
I just know I know stuff, but I don't know how to like tell other people the stuff I know, which is
yeah,
kind of weird. But
yeah, it's
and
always
honestly, like at the end of the day, I like it doesn't fucking matter. Like
well,
just do your own thing. If you want to use the 1 4 5 chord in every single song, then do it. Just do it well.
yeah,
Like I don't fucking care.
rules. There's no rules to music.
Yeah. Any other songs that you like?
Yeah, sorry, I'm going through my list here. I'm trying to remember. I wrote a lot of these down. So yeah, my favorite ones, yeah, What If You Knew? I think, let's see, where Better for Me to Leave. I had that written down. That was oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Sorry, did that play just now? Did you hear that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this one really stood out to me too. Love those vocals, kind of those higher kind of falsettos going on right there. Oh, this, yeah. Oh, I love that, dude. I know. Love that, dude. You know I break your heart. And then it ties in back to that F sharp. However it goes. Anyways, dude, yeah, just like that's one of the ones that kind of stood out to me. Yeah, I think I had
That
that.
was that was a really hard one to write.
Was it? Not bad. I can tell there's a lot of emotion. Don't you love the way music makes you feel?
Yeah, I know, right? Just crying all the time.
Sometimes it takes me years to like really find out what a song means. Jenny always asks me like when I'm working out a new song, she's like, "What's that about? Is this about this?" And I'm like, "It's not. No, it's not really about anything really." And then like later on, I'll be like, "Oh my god, it is about this. Oh my god, this is about me."
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like that, and that's like that. We create these things out of our body, like just to get it out of us, even though in the moment of that creation, we don't know exactly what it is. Like we have an idea in the moment of what it is, but then
Mhm.
to look back, uh, and then you're like, oh shit, that's what it was. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, and then you're thrown back into the whole loop of like, shit, this is what I was trying to get out. Yeah, that was a tough one to write. I really like that one though. I feel like that one was obviously like probably the zenith of me understanding that my relationship wasn't working out. Like,
Yeah.
would it be better for me to leave? Like point blank. Like, I just need to ask you as a straight up grown ass adult, would
Right.
it be better? Oh my god, Cooper.
Let's see. Yeah, and I like a lot of the synths and stuff. Do you try to use mostly kind of stock plug-in synths, or is there any um do you use any extra plugins or anything? Because I mean, dude, Logic has vibraphones and like the Mellotron. I love the Mellotron. The
So
Alchemy.
obsessed.
Alchemy.
Alchemy is my favorite. Oh my god, that shit ruins my computer just because I put so many alchemy tracks like, and it's like overload, system overload because that shit is so good.
Yeah.
So everything on the album is just from Logic Pro.
Nice.
I mean, I have my MIDI input to my computer. Everything starts with a simple piano track, copy that shit all over the place, and then play with like Alchemy, uh,
Mhm.
whatever, like, and just transfer it from there. Oh my God, I'm so glad you know about Alchemy though.
Oh yeah,
That,
yeah, it's totally underrated. I learned some stuff by watching tutorials a lot on YouTube, just kind of other producers, seeing kind of how they do stuff. And like not a lot of people use it. I feel like kind of people shit on it sometimes. I'm like, dude, it's such a good tool. Like go in there and like mess with all the parameters and stuff and like mute some of the other sounds that are going on and just kind of tweak it up and you can do a lot
yeah,
of
for sure. I think honestly, that's where, I mean, I can write a song in 15 minutes.
yeah.
We've got that. Like we understand that. The time consumption is finding things like Alchemy where I am sitting there adjusting the parameters and like finding the sound that I'm trying to create. Like that's what takes up most of the time. If I could say anything about this album specifically, um, yes, it did take me 5 years to write, but like 4.5 of those years was me trying to find the right alchemy.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm real particular. You know, me like being a guitar player, like I hate how like raw acoustic sounds after I record it. I'm just like, this sounds like garbage. But then I'll, find some cool alchemy sounds and just like hit a single note and have it play behind the acoustic. I'm like, okay, that like kind of brings out some different tones and stuff. That actually sounds pretty cool now. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
good as like a front synth. It's good as just kind of like some background noise. There's just so much you can do with it, man.
yeah, for sure. And I think like coming from a piano player background, especially because I didn't start playing piano until like 10th grade,
Hmm.
which is actually not true because we didn't have a piano. I had a cardboard cutout of a piano that I practiced on. Um, I find it very interesting that I like immediately go to synths whenever I finish the piano track. I'm like, I wonder what it would be like to create an album of just piano.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's so boring though.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to work up like throwing a mic on my upright piano here, but just I don't know. I'm just all about those synth and MIDI sounds.
All about those synths. Yes, for sure. For
track
sure.
track two is enough. I like that vibraphone or whatever that is in the beginning. I freaking love that, dude. It's got like such like I don't know, almost like kind of like like an 80s pluck almost kind of sound. Like I'm real into like 80s sounds and stuff, so that really stood out to me. And I like how it
Yeah, I
ended
love enough.
and ended both kind of with that same yeah, I love that. Love how when you can
Yeah.
take something from the beginning and then like tie it, bring it back in the end, And then
Enough was fun.
there's something else on that track that stood out to me that I was going to ask you about. Where was it? 120.
Oh my god, you have like timestamps.
Yeah, I love that. Meow, meow, meow. I almost got like kind of reminded me of a cat or something like meow, 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 meow. I fucking love that, dude. No, whatever that synth is that's behind that. It's like real plucky, real kind of
Hmm.
it's almost like kind of like a plucked sitar kind of sound. I really
So
love.
whenever I was creating that sound, I was in alchemy actually, and I wanted it to be like a harpsichord.
Yeah, okay.
So plucky. But
Mhm.
whenever I listen to the sound of it, I mean, I have synesthesia. I've talked about this a couple of times. So I see colors whenever I hear music. So I eventually came, 17,000 motherfucking hours later, came up on that sound. And it's just like, it is very plucky, but I wanted it to be like gentle enough. I didn't want it to be like synth like. I wanted it to still like the action of the piano that I was playing to record it to still like be in the body of that sound.
Yeah.
So, but yes, it is plucky though. Uh, And I was just thinking about the harpsichord that day whenever I was trying to get that sound. I was like, it needs to be a little bit like this.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't know. I love that sound too.
Yeah, it's
Oh my God, I'm so glad you picked that up.
yeah, the beginning of We Bounce almost kind of has like a harp with like a sitar sound. I took like the sitar sound that's built into Logic, and it's like just kind of going in the background, like it's just a single note, but it's still like giving this like this strumming kind of sound. I thought that sounded like so cool. Just like almost taking sounds, instrument sounds that wouldn't really maybe sound good together in the genre they're supposed to be in, but
Isn't
just
that amazing? Like technology is just so
I love it.
like just out of control. I mean, I don't know if you knew, but I got accepted to a master's program here in California after I graduated TU for electronic music composition. I just ended up not taking it because it was far too damn expensive. Um, but yeah, like electronics and music, it it's just something within my own artistry
Mhm.
that I have no like segregation of.
Yeah.
Like they are just one and one. Like
Mm.
I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, which is probably why I didn't get my master's degree.
Oh goodness. So let's see. Track. Sorry, I've got like bits and pieces written down in my notes of certain
You're
tracks.
fine.
Let's see. Track 6. So much to share with you.
So much to share with you.
Oh yeah, okay. I like this. I like the vibe of this one. It's like slow, and then like the drums kind of kick in just every now and then. There was like this panning Rhodes piano. Oh, sorry, I got two of them going at once. Yeah, that Rhodes sounding piano. I fucking love that, dude. Me too, 'cause I've got so much to share with you. So much to share, so much to share. Oh, 90s vibes, dude. I was getting some major like slow R&B kind of feel.
I was trying to make some babies. Don't worry.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you know, Zach Mason mentioned that one too. He said that was his favorite track from the album.
yeah, I felt like I was in like a junior high dance. I was like, okay, I need to find me someone to dance with here. But
I'm sure my daddy would be proud of that song.
um, but then yeah, I feel like it kind of almost like I feel like this is kind of the point of the album, where it
Yes, you are correct.
tracks from here to like track 10. This is kind of where the ecstasy kicks in for me, if I'm listening to this in the club. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I do. I lived through it. Yeah.
But
I love so track 10, I love you too. What do you think about that one?
let me kind of refresh myself on this one. That's track 10.
I love how hard this one hit. But like
No, that's
so
as I pulled it up, and this is actually where I wrote in my notes. This is where the ecstasy kicks in. So
okay.
I said that at the right time. Yeah, I really like that one. That one definitely made me want to dance.
I love like the dichotomy that I was able to do with not only that track but just with the entire album.
Mhm.
Um, like beautiful melodies. I think I've never been like a melodic person. I mean, Jesus Christ, I used to just like write percussion music. Like never really been melodic, but with this album, I was really able to extend myself in that way. I think this album was really like a cry for help, or just I was just like the notes were just coming out of my body in a way that I've never experienced before. But I love that with even tracks like "I Love You Too."
Mhm.
Um, there's this beautiful melody, but then like you're fucking dancing in the club,
Mhm.
like straight up, girl, like go do your thing, go do your thing. Love it. I love it.
So let's see. Um, Okay, so I feel like where the album kind of starts to take a turn is around maybe track 13 and 14, Together and Waste of Time. Those two tracks right next to each other really stood out to me too. I think I was kind of getting like a, let's see, kind of an island feel.
Long time coming. It's been a long road
Oh, yeah,
to
dude, yeah.
here. Cause you never would listen, and being alone is your greatest fear.
Love that. Love that, dude.
I tried to tell you.
What's that little whoosh in the background? Is that Alchemy?
It's not Alchemy. I actually have so it's I don't know how much you know about Logic Pro, but Ultra Beat is also one of my other things I use a lot.
Yeah.
So there's this like white noise preset in Ultra Beat that I created,
Okay.
and that's what I use. So like I'll just like play a note and hold it for like 10 minutes or something, whatever. And then I push down the volume, and then whenever I want it to have that explosion sound, I just amp up the reverb, and that's it.
Cool.
I
Okay.
use it. I use it all the time. I'm pretty basic.
Yeah, I never really got into Ultra Beat. I love Drum Machine Designer. I think they kind of read that. That's something
Yeah.
that's fairly new in the past few updates. But I mean, when it comes
See,
to
I don't. That stuff confuses me. I don't get into the drum kit designer. I'm not a drummer. I mean, I am, but I'm not.
right, yeah, yeah. Well, not the drum kit. Are you talking the one that shows the picture of the kit?
Yeah.
So that one I don't use so much. The DMD Drum Machine Designer, it's laid out more like a sample. It's got like a black box. You can drag samples into it.
Oh,
So
okay.
I like to just kind of take, different pieces of kind of some of the kits that are built in. Do you have any favorite like kits or like sounds that you use or like drum
I
kits?
mean,
I
not
mean,
really.
yeah, you said you kind of work in Ultra Beat, so I'm sure there's
Yeah,
some.
I mean, I will literally sit there for like 3 hours just scrolling through all of the kits and
Yeah,
then altering them. Like I really don't have a favorite. It's just
yeah,
in that moment of the creation process, I just do it.
yeah. Yeah, I've been.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this one kid on there. It's like a Roland. It's like a modern TR-707. It's probably my favorite kid. It just like goes with everything. It's a good starter for me. It sounds good with like whatever I'm writing with, and then usually I'll kind of tweak it later. But
Yeah.
I'm all about, I've downloaded some stuff from Splice, just like some real kind of
Oh my
80s
God, Splice.
kind of sounding toms and real like snappy reverb snares and stuff. So I've been kind
I
of messing.
know that I know the type of person that I am, and I really have like mentally told myself not to download anything else
Yeah.
because I know that it's going to take me another 17 years to create something because I'm just going to spend my time trying to alter something.
Yep.
Um, so I just stick with everything that's within Logic. I don't use samplers except for like my little glitch sampler, but I don't
Uh-huh.
use because I'm too ADHD to even try to begin that process. Like outside of just crying at the piano, trying to write these songs, like and tears on my keyboard, trying to like just get this out of my body. Like I don't have time. Like I have to go to work in 30 minutes. Like I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Together and Waste of Time. I feel I kind of
Oh,
got.
Wasted Time was fun too. Yeah, those two songs are really like kind of hypocritical of each other. I think my boyfriend pissed me off one day, which is what Wasted. No, Together. No, no, no. Yeah, they're both about Patrick. Sorry, I have to think about the whole album. Um, Wasted Time makes me sad. Whenever I listen to that song, it makes me sad. Um, Being with somebody for 10 years, I mean, especially in your like critical, trying to grow up years in your 20s, and looking back of like you just straight up was like, here's the divorce papers. Like, was it a waste of time? No, it was not a waste of time. I learned so much. I'm a far better person than you ever even thought that you would get in the first place after all those years. So Was it a waste of time? No. But does it make me sad? Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna play the intro of that one real quick.
You loved me, you held me.
Yeah, see, man, those Plucky's keys, I just love that, dude.
Yeah.
Love those vibes. Almost kind of, what's that song? Have you heard "Boy" by Charlie Puth?
Oh my God! First of all, I have not heard that song, but can we talk about Charlie Puth though? Because that boy is cute as hell.
Let's talk about Charlie Puth. I didn't really know who Charlie Puth was till like 2 years ago, and you need to listen to that song, "Boy." It's a fucking good song. I heard somebody cover it on Instagram. I was like, "What song is this?" And then in the comments, it was like a Charlie Puth song. So I looked up Charlie Puth, and I was like, "Oh, I know this song. Oh, I know this song. This guy sings like a lot of pop songs that I know." And then his album, the one that's on, it's got like that "Attention" song, and that's a fucking dude. That's like. And you know, that's like with your music, you can tell it's kind of like a transition kind of I don't know, you can almost kind of like see and feel where he was at, you know, when he was writing that that song. But yeah, just dude, he's a fucking phenomenal piano player.
He is outstanding. Like I don't even understand his brain capacity of the things that he does.
He's got perfect pitch, so he can just name anything. You name it.
Why do you think my eyebrow looks like this? Because it was inspired by him, even though I'm pretty sure he was like in a car accident, which caused him to have no hair there. But I don't know.
And not only is he good, he's a good musician. Do you follow him on Instagram or TikTok or anything? Like he's fucking.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Like literally, my morning wood is inspired by him. Yes, I follow him on all platforms.
Yeah, he stands out from like a lot of the other pop musicians out there. I feel like a lot of pop musicians that are like him are kind of more Hollywood, if that makes sense. And he's kind of more.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I think he lives in Los Angeles.
He does, yeah. He lives in Los Angeles.
I mean, not like I haven't spoken or anything. I'm like, now that I'm in California, I'm like, well, one Saturday I'll make it up there.
That's funny. But yeah, he's got some talent. I'm really excited for his new Light Switch song.
Oh my God, Light Switch, yes. Oh my God, and even that, like whenever he started that whole project, like my mind was like, this is the shit that I did in college that nobody even recognized. I'm like recording my fucking dog crying in her crate. There's like this sound over here in the wall because I'm pretty sure that I have an infestation. Put this, like turned it in to my college music director as my project, like, and then he's like over here with the light switch, and I'm like, fuck, that is sexy. That is sexy.
Just like turning sounds and other things. That's something I'm trying to get more into, kind of doing stuff like that. I actually sampled him. He did this. He's been doing all those like teasers for this new Light Switch song, and he was like talking to his producer, and he like hangs up on him and says, "Oh, bad connection." And I've got a song that I'm working on called "Bad Connection." So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, dude, I've got to like sample that and like put that into my song." So I've got it like kind of hidden in the background. It's a song about kind of, you know,
a bad connection.
It's all about kind of phones. It's got like FaceTime and Facebook references in it. And
love it.
I was writing when I saw that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sample Charlie Puth and just like slide his voice into the background somewhere. So hopefully that'll
go on and slide into those DMs. Yes, please. Yeah, I think that's like a really fun thing about music. I didn't really do that with this album. I did it with like previous albums of taking sounds like that, but got like that's the heart of my music is I'm such an auditory person, which I didn't realize. I really did not realize. Literally, I can hear a clicking sound of somebody like tapping a pen while they're trying to write, and I'm like, and I didn't realize that about myself. I think because I thought I was really, really awkward, which that is not necessarily not the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, like fucking changing sounds and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I try to tell Kyle all the time, I'm like, your world is visual, like you are attracted to visual things and the way that you create things visually. But like I swear to God, if you drop a sock on the floor, I'm gonna write a song.
That's
There's just no one way around it.
was it Waste of Time where you've got you and your dog in the background? Which track was that?
So Waste of Time is whenever I recorded Zelda. Yeah, see, like I was yeah, I love that part. That's the part that always makes me cry is the one thing that I know is that music never left me, and I thank God for that.
Love it. And then the last few tracks just kind of smack you in the face again. It kind of gets back to that energy from the beginning of the album, which I loved. You know, it's like I said, it's kind of a roller coaster of an album, and then it's
Yeah, what did you think about Company?
Company. Okay, track 12. Let me give that a quick little rerun here.
I feel like I'm interviewing you.
Because yeah, like some of these, you know, I listened to the whole thing a couple of times, and some of them I just kind of went back and really kind of dove into. So
Company is really interesting.
You're keeping me in the dark, but every time you come around, you light a spark. And you be saying that all of my love is the dog. Before you be leaving, before you show. And every time you come around, you cannot stay. You walking out the door before we even think. Complaining that you ain't got a place to stay. When I put on the new sheets and ain't got company.
love that. Yeah, dude. Club vibes, man.
Yeah, for sure. That was like my "I will fuck you up" song if you cheat on me.
I could tell. Like, yeah.
I was very, very angry whenever I wrote that.
Yeah, like some of these tracks just have like some real grit to them. I think that was kind of the ones that stood out to me as kind of one of the gritty ones.
And you can on you see, so now I changed all the locks, and boy, I've got company, and you can't bother me. Cause I got company. Boy, I got company.
Yeah, I love that kind of synth in the background.
It was like literally just me just like yelling. Like I swear to God, if I were like a baboon or like something that has like high pitched, just yelling at like the person you're trying to be in a relationship with, like that is that motherfucking song. Like, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Oh my gosh.
I love like the cleverness of Company though, especially with the spelling of the title. So it's not Company,
Right.
like it's CUNPANY. So it's like I changed the news sheets and I've got company. Like it was just like a fuck you to everybody.
Gonna get messy.
Yeah, like I did not care at that point.
Yeah, just man, just the way you do your vocal chops and stuff throughout this album are just like there's just I don't know, I love it. There's so much going on here. Yeah, that one kind of feels like I feel like that one kind of hangs out with track number 1 as far as kind of that kind of choppy part goes.
Hmm. I definitely tried to do that. It wasn't something that originally was an inspiration, but I didn't want to like because I was not planning to perform these songs because my life was really fucked up. So obviously there was no time in the first place. Um, so I wanted everything to be very deliberate with my words. But if I were to ever perform them, I didn't want to have to sing in the chorus. I wanted the music to speak that part of what I was trying to say,
Yeah, for
if that
sure.
makes any sense.
No, absolutely.
I was like, y'all don't need a chorus. Y'all already, if you're not in tears by now, or either like fighting your boyfriend, then I can't help. Like, but in the chorus, it's the music, and that's where I got to have fun with things.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Yeah. Let's see.
You seem to want.
Yeah, man, that first track, I love it, dude.
Babe, I hope that
I'm trying to find this part I really like.
1, 2, let's push and pull back and forth.
So I almost got like the beginning of it, like.
I love the bass thing that goes up there. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Those acid bass kind of sounds. So.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure that that's like the actual preset that I chose for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I recognize I like using a lot of these things. That almost sounds like a Juno kind of that old analog kind of rolling
Bring me
sound.
down and lift me up. Even when I'm the last one, you should trust. And
yeah, I like when there's like things kind of like moving around. There's a lot of motion in that intro, and I like when things are kind of moving around and don't really know what's what.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely like with all of this. Well, with most of my music though, I'm much more in like atmospheric type of composer. It's not, and then that's why I like say just a piano album like solo would be boring to me. I'm like much more like trying to like, pull things left and right. And this album, it's like it's not an album necessarily to be listened to like for me through like speakers. It's to be listened to with your headphones in. It is a journey. Like put your headphones in and like go for a walk or something and like figure some shit out.
Yeah, the first time I listened to it, I was at the gym. So I kind of started out, I was on the treadmill. I usually start out for like an hour, just kind of walking and running and stuff. So that was like a good start to my mornings. So I was definitely kind of feeling the energy as I'm kind of getting my heart rate going. So the part where you say tried, I love like the kind of harmony.
You love me, are you in love with what you don't know?
That was a really hard lyric to write.
I love that, dude. I want to do like some soft covers of some of these maybe. So if I
oh my God, we should totally do it.
Yeah, I don't know, just like it's so like I don't know, your style is just real kind of, it just feels natural. Like I can tell your style is natural to you. Like I don't know, it's like when you hear a Disney song and then it kind of,
oh my God.
not comparing Disney songs, but you know how Disney songs kind of have that feel where you almost like it goes somewhere else and then it kind of ties back in. It's like, okay, you know, just like
you are literally the third person to mention Disney songs during these interviews.
I'm not saying that, like none of it, like
no, I'm not upset about it at all. Like Zach was the first one that mentioned it, and I was like, he was like, "This needs to be a Disney song," and I was like, "What? What?"
Just from like,
I mean, maybe I need to like contact Disney apparently for a job or something.
You know, just as somebody who's obsessed with like figuring out like how things are like done and put together, like every time I like pick up like I'm like, oh, I try to play this. Okay, that sounds like a Disney song. I can't write that. It's like, we already did it or whatever. So
that's so funny that you're like, oh my God, everybody keeps on mentioning that. Yeah, that's so funny. And you know, honestly, like it's a really weird. I construct my music in a very strange way, relying so much on Electronic. Yes, I have like the bass chords and everything throughout my piano. But whenever I send that signal through a synth or a glitch program or something, and whenever I find what I desire to hear, that's what it is. Like I don't think it makes me less of a musician, but these songs, like I can't perform live. Like I'm not that smart. I'm like blown away that you just sat there and played these things. Um, but like a lot of the stuff I couldn't do without the use of electronics, which is why I love my computer and just making things the way they are. I don't know if that came out correctly.
No, I totally understand you. I almost get a little frustrated sometimes when I'm writing music because I get to a point I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to perform this if I want to. So
Yeah.
I've almost kind of reversed the way I'm writing. Like if I write something on guitar, before I get too far, I need to figure out how to play exactly that on piano, and vice versa. If I write something on piano, I need to figure out how to play it on guitar. So I want, like, I've been trying to at least have like different versions of each of my songs, and that's kind of my goal with Speako. Just because some of it is kind of out there, and it's like, dude, I would need like a full band and like mostly keyboard players to pull this off.
Yeah. In like a straight up like Charlie Puth situation. Have you seen how many pianos he has or keyboards?
And
So many.
I'm jealous of his whole situation, and yeah,
Well, I'm super.
that guy needs. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not bigger than he is. He wrote that Kid Leroy Justin Bieber song, that
He's
"Stay."
written so many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much all him. Like, he doesn't get enough credit for that. That's been like the #1 song this year for a
Yeah.
while.
Well, I'm super excited for all the work that you've done. Um, Definitely a Speako stan over here. I do Spotify it, just so you know.
You. That makes me happy. So is this when you
Yeah.
release this? Do you have a date set, or do you kind of have some ideas of when it's is this a serious Stanley project, or is this, are you kind of breaking out on your own?
So that's something that people have asked me. This I've always wanted to somehow form myself, or I don't know, figure myself out. Like
Yeah.
obviously we know Sirius Stanley is like over there and Jesse's over here. And I wanted to really like create something like I okay, hold on, Cooper. Let me think for just a second.
Gotcha.
I have always wanted to find the center of myself
Mhm.
and just go from there. I'm tired of spending energy trying to do this, which is one personality, and then doing this, which is one personality, trying to tell people about this project and this project. Listen, this motherfucking album took me 5 years, and this is motherfucking Jesse Wilson. Okay, that's it. That's it.
Not
Like
just
if I want to write a song about a divorce and then write a song about having people come over with new sheets because I got company, that's the fuck I'm gonna do. Like there's no like it is Jesse Wilson. I'm tired of devising myself into two separate identities. I am who I am, and this is what this album taught me.
love that, man. I love it.
Yeah, the rest of y'all can fuck off. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of, I've always, just kind of putting myself out there as a musician this year. I'm kind of starting out with Speako just to kind of separate Cooper from the ego, just kind of separate the ego from the music. It's like, I don't need,
Hmm.
this is Speako. It's almost a character I'm playing. I kind of go in a different zone when I'm writing these songs. So like up here, I've kind of got my Cooper Cornelius music, and it usually kind of ends up somewhere else, and like this is kind of how I'm presenting it. But I don't know. I was talking to KP about this kind of right before I started putting music out.
Oh, KP, God, I haven't talked to him in years.
Yeah, you should give him a shout. He's doing really good. He's playing in a rock and roll band, and he's fucking loving it. They're kicking ass. He's got some good bandmates. There's some really good guys. So,
Good.
it's
But
good
yeah,
to-
the whole like separation of like, am I presenting myself as like a character? Like I just finally got to the point where I'm like, I'm not. I'm not presenting myself as a character. This is what you fucking get. If you want to date me, then date me. If you don't want to date me, don't date me. If you want to hire me, then hire me. If you don't want to hire me, then don't hire me. Like I'm just so tired of being like pretending to be so many different things and finally accepting myself as myself.
respect that, man. That's beautiful.
Hashtag recovery. Go buy the album whenever it comes out. Don't know when it's going to be.
Oh, goodness. Oh, shit.
Well, Cooper, I think that we should probably end it here. I appreciate the entire conversation. Of course, I'm always here if you ever need to talk or if you need an ugly cry or if you just want to talk about something, you've got my number.
Yeah.
And
Let's chat more. I definitely, I've been kind of running some songs across my musician friends kind of before I release them. So yeah, I might be sending you some songs here pretty soon just to kind of get some feedback.
yeah, you've got my email. We're in this together.
For sure.
Okay. Well, everybody, if you made it this far, thank you for watching this interview with me about my album Recovery and my good friend Cooper Cornelius. Make sure that you check out his music as well. Speako, you can find him on Spotify, Facebook, and this is the interview.
Thank you, Jesse. I love you, brother.
Okay, I love you too, Cooper, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you soon.
Okay.